Good morning, Spuds Country. Welcome to the South Fargo High ice rink. I guess that's what we can call it today. Today, your Moorhead Spuds are set to take on the Wayzata White Hornets, more referred to as just the Edina Hornets, in game number 2 of the Fargo International Tournament. Warm-ups are complete. Pucks are picked up. Spuds gather around their net. Edina gathers around their net. I apologize for the choppy stream. That's a giant ferrite cage in here. I believe they're giving us the rundown of fair play and sportsmanship from Shields. "45 minutes of hockey ahead of us." Starting up front for Moorhead will be number 7, Lauren Ness, and number 3, Molly Hockett. Centering it up will be number 4, Caitlin Shirley. Back on the blue line will be number 18, Kinsey Johnson, and number 6, Ava Dufault. Back in net will be number 33, Addison Andell. Puck is down. We are underway. Flipped up high and into the air, all the way down into the corner of the Moorhead zone. Sent around onto the far side boards. It'll be turned back the other direction by Ballard from the Hornets. Johnson in the corner, fights for it. Puck comes loose. Hockett and Hoffman fight for it. Johnson comes away with it. She loses an edge back behind the net. Picked up Ballard. Ballard gets pinched up against the wall from Shirley. Shirley flips it up and into the air, out into the neutral ice. Lauren Ness is going to pick it up right inside the Edina defensive zone. She'll hold it up in the far side or in the near side corner. Centering pass picked off by the Hornets. Stolen back by Moorhead. They're going to throw it all the way down into the near side corner, or into the far side corner. Turned out to center ice and all the way down into the Moorhead zone. Dufault will pick it up and take it back behind her net, off the near side boards and out to center. Lockhart there to try to turn it the other direction. It'll be held up by Hennon from Edina. Dumped into the Moorhead zone. Cox sends it over into the corner. Penalty upcoming on Lindgren from Moorhead for the high stick. So it's 13:34 first period. Moorhead goes on the penalty kill. Oh, no. Scratch that. It was number 4, Belle Bookie from Edina with the high stick. So that'll send the Spuds to the power play. Puck held up at the far side wall. Cleared out to center by Claire Hennon. Spuds will have to reset. All the way down into the Moorhead zone. Along the far side wall, thrown across over to the near by Tashide. And then turned out to center ice, all the way down into the Edina end. Hanukkah and Tashide give chase. It'll end up back behind the Edina net. Sent out to neutral ice by Heinen. Stolen away by Allmendinger. Lee, near side, breaks the zone. She gets steered down into the corner. Spuds are working on the change. Lee holds it up back behind the Edina net. Swenson comes in near side, tries for the shot. It gets turned away by the Edina goalminder. I haven't figured out 31 Montgomery. Carried back behind the Edina net by Avery Hawkinson from Edina. She's going to bring it out near side, gets steered into center ice, right into Tibitowski. Puck comes loose. Handled along the far side boards, Redden. Down into the corner, Johnson sends it around on into the near side. Taken along the blue line by Fitzpatrick, who puts a shot on Andel, and Andel will cover it up. 29 seconds left on the Moorhead power play, 12-11 to go in the first period. Face-off comes to the club side of Andel. Spuds are wearing their home orange with the black and white trim. Edina is wearing their travel green sweaters with the gold and white trim. Spuds are skating left to right on your radio dial. Everett down into the Edina zone. Has the puck knocked free. And then it'll be flipped up and out of play. So we'll have a face-off on the blocker side of Montgomery. Steen and Ballard up to Hendricks at the point, sends it down into the near side corner. Shot from over there goes on to Montgomery's side. She'll cover it up. Face-off will come over to the glove side this time, near side of the Edina zone. Controlled by the Spuds. Ness tries to center it up. It goes through the crease and all the way over onto the far side wall, picked up by Dufault. Dufault shot. Stick save Montgomery down into the corner. Up to Hendrickson. Hendrickson shot. Kick save made by Montgomery. Edina looks to clear. Goes right up to Hendrickson, who puts another shot on Montgomery. And that one goes right into her glove for the stoppage. Ref likes the club side today, so we're going to go back over to the club side, even when it was over on the other side. Face-off will be 3 and 4. Claire Hennon and Caitlin Shirley. Spuds control, send it over onto the near side wall. Over onto the far side wall, shot the goal! Shirley bangs one home with 11:21 to go in the first, putting the Spuds on the board, 1-0. It was actually about 10 or 15 seconds after the power play expired, so that was an even strength goal. Face-off Heinen and Shirley is going to be won by Heinen. She kicks it all the way down onto Montgomery. Spuds are going to control inside the Edina zone. Ness down in the corner, sends it behind the net. Picked up by Heinen. Ahead to Cox, stolen away by the Spuds, pinched up against the near side boards. Thrown back down into the corner, taken by Fitzpatrick. She'll send it all the way around to the far side. Puck slides out to neutral ice. Allmendinger inside of her own zone, sends it ahead to Lindbergh. Lindbergh gets checked from behind, right in front of the ref. No call. Down into the far side corner of the Hornet zone. Fitzpatrick brings it around to the near side, drops it off for Lyson. Spuds are there to dig it into the corner. Loose back behind the Edina net. It'll be Moser who takes it there. Up to Redden, who knocks it out. That one's going to slide all the way down into the Moorhead zone. That one will get called back on icing. 10-10, 1-0 Moorhead lead. Faceoff comes back down in the far side of the Hornet defensive zone. Won by the Spuds, controlled by the Hornets. Ballard behind her own net, along the wall. Stolen away by Dufault. Knocked back to Hoffman behind the net. Edina is once again able to clear it. It's going to float all the way into the top of the slot of the Moorhead end. Dufault out to center, sends it ahead, picked off by Saber. Cross ice over to Ellertson. Down into the Moorhead zone, backhand shot goes just wide of the net. Off the stick of Hoffman. Cutter out to center. Lockhart brings it in far side. Takes a shot right into the pads of Andel. So we'll have a face-off on the glove side of Addison Andel. One by Edina, shot from the far side. Saved by Andel, kicked over on the near side boards up to the blue line. Thrown back down to the far side corner from Lockhart. Backhand shot, Heinen goes off the side of the net. Oakes up to Lee. Lee into the center, 3-on-3. Lee brings it in, looks for the shot. She gets tripped right out in front of the net. Puck comes loose. Oakes far side. Lockhart behind the net. Edina comes away with it. Heinen out to center. She'll break the zone far side. Going to have the puck knocked loose. Tibitowski steps in and fights with Tashide. Puck will end up getting sent out to center. Just inside the Edina's zone, Fitzpatrick picks it up. Sends it cross ice back into the neutral zone. Lyson couldn't handle it. It got kicked up into the air and into the Hornet bench, out of play. Far side boards bounced out to center. Allmendinger and Moser both give chase. Edina is able to shove it in behind the Moorhead net. Allmendinger. Redden. Round to the near side corner. Lyson. She's able to get it up to Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick takes a shot right into the glove of Andel. Face-off will be club side of Addie this time. I haven't had quite enough coffee yet today. I can't talk. Face-off near side is controlled by the Spuds. Out through center, Strand. She fights with Sweetster the entire time. Spuds go into the zone offside. Face-off far side just outside the Edina's defensive zone. Puck will get sent all the way in onto Andel. She'll just kick it off to the side where Dufault picks it up. Ahead, Everett. Everett, Strand. Strand breaks the zone far side. Ref strips it off her stick for her. Puck gets bounced back out to neutral. Default. Down in near side. It'll be handled by Saber. Held in along the far side boards by the Spuds. Ballard behind her own net. Sends it along the wall. Will be picked up and sent back the other direction by Ness. Near side face-off circle. Ness dumps it back in behind the net. Default. Now Strand. Or Hockett, excuse me. Back behind the net, Ness. Along the far side wall, turn back into the corner. Ness will have it again. Now Ebertson from the Hornets. She'll get pinched up against the wall. Puck is held there. Far side corner taken away by Sweetster. Sent all the way around onto the near side boards. Puck will slide out to center. Handled by Hendrickson. Cross ice over to Ness. Ness, Hockett, Shirley, 3-on-2 as the Hornets go for the change. Right out front. Pushed off of it is Hockett. Puck is loose in the slot. It'll get turned over on the near side boards off the stick of Heinen. Centering pass right loose in the slot. That one will get sent out to center and all the way down into the Moorhead zone. Run down by Oakes well before it crosses the goal line. Spuds trying for a little bump and go. It's going to be intercepted by Tashide. Oaks inside her own zone, pushes it out to center. Sent right back in by Heinen. Now Ness dumps it in real deep into the Edina defensive zone. Heinen out to center. Looks to center to head. Nobody there. She's going to chip it up and dump it. Hornets go for the change. Oaks, near side corner. Or far side corner. She looks to clear. To Scheid, holds it in. Off the boards, Allmendinger. Shot to Scheid. Goes just wide of the net and into the near side corner. Hanika picks it up. Stolen away at the blue line. And then pushed out to center by the Spuds. Back into the Moorhead zone. Shot off the stick of Redden. Goes right into the glove of Andel. Face-off goes to the glove side, far side of the rink. 4:51, 1-0 Moorhead lead. Edina is having a disagreement on something. Both refs go to confer with the coach. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so face-off far side between Cutter and Ballard. It's going to be handled by the Spuds. Lindgren ahead to Hanika, far side or near side. Knocked free and into the corner. Hanika tries to center it up. It's turned away by the Hornets. Back out through center we go. Near side, Hoffman. Shot blocked by Johnson. Puck go back behind the net. Johnson gets pinched up behind the wall. Puck comes free. Cutter comes away with it. Out through center on the near side. She sends it off the wall a little bit too soon. That one will get called back on icing. Face-off comes back down to the Moorhead zone on the far side. Lee and Hennon. Shot immediately is taken on Andel. She knocks it down. Swenson comes away with the rebound. Out to center. Stolen away by the Hornets. Cox brings it in. Swenson is there to steal it away. Swenson along the near side boards. Backhand sends it out. Saber is there to hold it at the blue line. She'll toss it right to Hendrickson, who kicks at the end length of the ice. So that one will once again get called back on icing. .352 face-off near side, Heinen and Steen. It's going to be controlled momentarily by the Hornets. Everett tries to push it out to center. Spud succeeds. Steen right in front of her own bench. Picked loose was Avery Cox. Spud steal it right back. Strand dumps it into the near side corner and gives chase. Now Steen pushed over onto the near side boards. Strand at the blue line, tries to set it down low. It's going to be knocked out by Heinen. Allmendinger, cross ice over to Everett. Bump check back to Strand. She'll have it knocked off her stick by Heinen. Spuds are able to break the zone. Back out through center, Heinen. Heinen shot from the center line. It's going to be kicked free by Andel. Johnson and Lyson fight for it along the near side boards. Shot from the blue line is turned away by Johnson. Johnson sends it the lengths of the ice now. That one will once again be called back on icing. 2:52. 1-0 Moorhead lead. Face-off will be near side of the Moorhead defensive zone. Shirley and Moser square up. Spuds win the draw. Johnson sends it behind the net. Shirley picks it up along the far side blue line. Out to Hockett. Hockett breaks the zone, far side, looks to steer around one. Brings it into the slot. Has it knocked off her stick, centers it up, has it turned right back down into the corner. Moser around behind the net. It's going to be sent up to Johnson, who can't hold it in. Bounced up and over her. Spuds will have to reset. Shirley, top of the slot. Shot in the goal! 2:14. Shirley makes this a 2-goal Spuds advantage. Caitlin Shirley, 2:14, 2-0 Moorhead lead. Spuds control the faceoff. Dufault at her own blue line near side. She'll fight with Hoffman. Puck comes loose and all the way over to the far side. Edina on the delayed penalty. Puck gets tossed back in behind the Edina net. We have another high sticking call. This time it's going to be on number 11, Ava Lockhart. So with 1:55, Spuds once again go to the power play. The faceoff will go to the stick side of Montgomery. All the way around onto the near side boards. Dufault now Shirley. Shirley shot. Goes just wide of the net and down into the far side corner. Hendrickson up to Hendrickson about midway. She shovels it back down in the corner. Hendrickson up off the wall. Ness tries to center it up to Shirley. It was stolen away. Hawkinson. She takes it the other direction. It's going to be picked loose by the Spuds. But we have a tripping call on number 9, Ellie Ellertson. So Edina will have 2 in the box with 1:24 remaining in the period. Faceoff goes to the far side. Club side of Montgomery. 5-on-3 advantage for the Spuds. Allmendinger, far side, cross ice over to Oakes. Oakes looks for the shot, takes the shot. Montgomery bobbled it, but was able to get it covered up before Cutter was able to get there, and get the rebound. And now Cutter is headed to the box for slashing. So we'll go to 4-on-3. And come back down into the Moorhead end for the faceoff. Spuds still on the power play. Faceoff will be Hanukkah and Cox. Cox wins the draw, sends it up to Sweetster at the point. She'll dump it down in the near side corner. Cox around back behind the net. Allmendinger picks it up. Allmendinger ahead out to center. Hanukkah takes it. She'll send it off the boards and into the Edina defensive zone. Stolen away Hoffman. Picked loose by Allmendinger. And then stolen back by the Hornets. They'll send it the length of the ice. That one will get called back on icing with 45.8 seconds left in the period. Face-off near side is going to be won by Lee, controlled by Lee. Drops it off to Johnson at the point. Knocked out to center by Heinen. Heinen and Johnson both in a foot race. Johnson is going to come away with it just inside of her own zone. Heinen in her back pocket. Knocks it loose onto the near side boards. Lee steps in to help right in front of the bench. 28-27. Johnson comes away with it. Breaks his zone from the point. Looks for the shot. Gets pushed off the puck. Sends it to Swenson. Swenson sends it just high and wide. It'll come around her all the way up to Dufault on the near side blue line. She'll toss it back behind the net. Swenson tries to center it up. It's going to be picked off by Heinen. Heinen out through center. Johnson is there to knock her off the puck. Heinen comes away with it just inside the far side faceoff circle. She'll get a little backhand onto Andell. Andell covered up with 0.4 seconds left in the period. 0.4. Face-off far side between Bookie and Steen is won by Steen as the horn sounds. So that's how we're going to end this second period. Your Moorhead Spuds are up 2-0 over the Edina White Hornets. Spuds will come back to start the second on the power play for 5 seconds. Then we'll be even strength for 30 seconds. Then Edina will go on the power play for 10 seconds. So they're going to clean the ice. We'll be back in roughly 10 minutes. You're watching Spuds Hockey on Krabby Toad Studios TV. Welcome back to Game 2 of the Fargo International. Your Moorhead Spuds are currently doing battle with the Edina Hornets. After one period, Spuds are leading this contest 2-0. They will start the second on the power play. I had this figured out, so it'll be 30 seconds, or 5 seconds on the power play. Then they'll go to 4-on-4 for 30 seconds. Then Edina will go to the power play for 10 seconds. Whole fiasco at the end of the first. Starting up the second will be number 7, Lauren Ness, and number 4, Caitlin Shirley. Number 7, Ava Dufault. Down in the near side corner of the Moorhead zone. Ballard and Ness fight for it. Now Hawkinson takes it away and clears it out to center. Dufault, Spuds reset. 4-on-4 hockey. Hawkinson behind her own net. Looks for the outlet, sends it to Ballard. Knocked free by Johnson. Johnson down into the corner. Johnson and Hawkinson back behind the net. Centering pass out to Shirley. Shirley's shot knocked down by Ballard. Ballard carries it out to center. Picked free Johnson and then dumped into the Moorhead zone off the stick of Ayrton. Spuds pull it free. Johnson dumps it into the near side corner. Both teams back at full strength now. And along the near side board, Sweetster. Sweetster out through center. She'll have it knocked off her stick. It'll go all the way down into the corner and then back behind the net. Oakes goes and fights for it. Up to the point on the near side blue line. It'll slide all the way out to center. It'll be picked up by Bookie, and she'll send it across ice over to Sabre. Sabre just inside her own zone, takes it out to center. Can't keep a handle on it. Spuds take it away. Stolen back by Lyson. Picked off by Lindgren. Shot put on Montgomery. It'll get sticked over into the far side corner, all the way on the near side boards. Hendrickson sends it back down into the corner. Lockhart knocked off the puck. Hannica's there to hold on to it. Stolen away by Bookie. She tries to clear. It's held in by Oakes. Stolen away. Lyson with the breakaway. Shot. Save. Andel. Covered up. Andel. She'll hold this game 2-0. Faceoff is controlled by Edina. Shot from the near side blue line is kicked over into the corner. Edina sends it back down in the corner. Centering pass goes off the side of the net and will be covered up by Andel. Faceoff far side is going to be controlled. It's going to be won by Lee, controlled by Edina. Lee is there to steal it away along the near side, or along the far side wall. Spuds kick it out to center. Swenson. Hard and fast, near side, looks for the shot, takes a shot. Big blocker saved by Montgomery. Puck is bounced loose. Allmendinger sends it into the far side corner. Lee goes after it. Lee and Fitzpatrick fight for it. It'll be pulled free on the stick of Moser. Lee steals it back in the corner. Moser and Lee fight for it. Fitzpatrick is able to dig it loose this time. Off the wall, Hoffman, stolen away by Swenson. Fitzpatrick is able to push it out to center. Swenson is right there on Hoffman, who will dump it in behind the Moorhead net. Johnson tries to clear it out. Blocked. Ballard Edina will have it back behind the Moorhead net. Allmendinger is there to knock it loose and send it the other direction. Johnson off the near side board to Tibetowski. Tibetowski out through center. Swenson tripped on the breakaway. And that'll send the Spuds to the power play. Spuds go to the power play with 11:24 to go in the second. Faceoff comes to the near side of the Edina zone between Steen and Heinen. Kick down in behind the net. Everett, far side, centering pass, comes all the way up to Oakes at the point. Shot, kick save Montgomery. Near side boards. Taken by Strand. Strand back behind the net, looks to center it up. She'll send it over to Dufault about halfway up the half wall. Back down to Strand, back to Dufault. Dufault at the blue line. Shot, kick save Montgomery. Puck ends up on the near side boards. Oakes dumps down into the corner. Strand will pick it up behind the net. Strand and Everett out front of the net. Will get turned over to Oakes on the near side. She tries to send it down deep. Lockhart is there to turn it away. Lockhart and Strand. Steen. Puck comes free. Sent the length of the ice by Bookie. That one will get called back on icing. 1:11 left on the Moorhead power play. Spuds lead 2-0. Face-off near side once again between Ballard and Shirley. Shirley's going to win the draw up to Johnson at the near side blue line. She brings it into the point, takes a shot. Shirley picks it up, throws it right on Montgomery. Big save, Montgomery. Edina is able to clear it out. Hendrickson, far side, sends it across to Johnson just inside her own zone. Johnson ahead to Ness. Ness drops it off for Shirley. Shirley goes after it near side. Backhand chip shot goes off the side of the net. Will be picked up Sweetster. Sweetster loses an edge. Puck comes loose. Edina is able to clear. Hendrickson, far side, dumps it in. Cleared right back out. Saber. Handle on her own blue line will be Johnson. Johnson, Hockett. Hockett, Shirley. Shirley, Hockett, shot. Glove save, Montgomery. 20 seconds remain on the Moorhead power play. Faceoff goes to the glove side of Claire Montgomery, the Edina goalminder. This time it'll be Cutter and Cox to square up. Cutter wins the draw up to Allmendinger, the near side, far side blue line shot. Kick save, Montgomery, puck's loose. Second shot was kicked away. Cutter comes away with the rebound. Up to Dufault. She tries for the shot. Knocked down by Lyson into the corner. Comes back up to Dufault near side. She throws it back down into the corner to Cutter. Cutter tries to center it up. Sends it across. Nobody home. Goes over all the way out of the far side boards. Taken by Allmendinger. She'll put the shot on that goes just wide. Lindgren will pick it up in the corner. Up to Dufault. Back down into the corner we go. Heinen tries to clear it. Dufault is there, sends it high up into the air. Now Haneke with a shot off the side of the net. Puck comes all the way around to Lindgren on the near side. Dufault to the blue line. Shot from the far side. Allmendinger, kick save Montgomery, handled by Cutter on the near side. Shot from Dufault was up in the air. Cutter tried to knock it down and went right into the glove of Montgomery. So we'll have a face-off on the club side, near side of the Edina defensive zone. Lee and Heinen square up. Spuds win the draw. Hendrickson from the point, looks for the shot, sends it down into the far side corner. Taken near side, Oakes. She'll send it around to Swenson on the far side. Swenson looks to center it up. Nobody there. Up to Oakes. Point shot. Save made by Montgomery. 8:29 left in this second period. Spuds are leading it 2-0. Face-off is won by Lee. Lee up to Oakes. Oaks near side blue line, tries to dump it down deep. It's going to be taken out to center by Heinen. Stolen away by Cox out at center. She's got the break. Spuds are there to run her down and knock it loose. Controlled by Moorhead. They're able to clear it out to center. Lee near side, right into the point. Drops it off for Swenson. It was knocked away off the stick of Saber. Goes down into the corner. And we have a checking penalty upcoming on Cox. Number 7, Avery Cox is the guilty party. So that'll put the Spuds back on the power play with 8 minutes, 4 seconds to go in the second. Steen and Heinen far side. Puck floats loose before being settled down by Tashide. Tashide off the near side boards to Ellerson. She gets pinched up against the wall. Strand comes away with it. Strand. Steen, Ellerson to Scheid. Strand shot went just wide and off the top of Montgomery's glove onto the far side wall. Strand sends it back in behind the net. Edina is now going to the box for the second time. Minute 32. Number 3, Claire Heinen with the guilty party for slashing. So that'll once again put the Spuds on a 5-on-3 advantage. Hopefully this time we don't repeat what we did the last time. Let's keep it 5-on-3 for the entire minute 32. Face off to the glove side of Claire Montgomery will be between Ava Ballard and number 10, Brooke Steen. One ref, I think, is trying to settle down the Edina coach. I'm not entirely sure, but he's having quite the conversation with the coaches. Okay, we are now sending number 9, Ellie Ellertson, to the box as well. Let's see if I can figure out what exactly is going on there. So let me get to the stat sheet here. Bear with me while the ref is sorting it out. I'll try to get to the game sheet. And if I don't have it for you right now, I will get it for you here in just a minute. So we have 3 Edina skaters in the box. Where is, there it is. Okay, so what we've got is a 10-minute slashing minor on Claire Heinen. And then we have a 10-minute game misconduct for unsportsmanlike conduct on the coach, Keith Ballard. So there you have it. Edina has a 10-minute misconduct. Misconduct apparently will be served by number 9, Ellie Ellertson. Both teams gather around their benches right as the ref comes out of the box after getting everything sorted out. So, once again, Okay, not quite entirely sure what was said, but it sounds like the coach got ejected. So we'll go to the face-off on the far side between number 11, Ava Ballard, and number 10, Brooke Steen from Moorhead. Spuds are going to control. Dufault shot. Glove save Montgomery. Minute 24 left on the 5-on-3. Face-off comes to the near side this time, once again between Ballard and Steen. Steen is going to win the draw. Fitzpatrick is going to clear it. It's going to go all the way down into the Moorhead zone. It'll get bumped from Andel to Johnson. Johnson ahead to Steen. Knocked down by Fitzpatrick, stolen back by Steen. Steen near side, sends it across ice. Everett can't get a hold of it. It went right behind her. Knocked down into Everett behind the net. Everett tries to center it up. Can't get a hold of it. And now Everett is going to be headed to the box with 55 seconds remaining on the 5-on-3. So now we'll go to 4-on-3 hockey for 55 seconds. Face-off goes back down into the Moorhead defensive zone. Far side face-off circle, it'll be Hoffman and Shirley to square up. Edina's going to win the draw. Shot taken from the far side is going to go right into the glove of Andel. So we'll go right back to the face-off on the far side. Edina controls. Shirley is there to pick it loose. Edina steals it back. It's going to end up back behind the net. Centering pass. Nobody there. Hendrickson steers it down into the far side corner. Hendrickson out to Hockett at center. Allmendinger picks it up. Allmendinger near side shot right into the chest pad of Montgomery. 28 seconds left on the 4-on-3. Face off far side, Lyson and Shirley. Shirley wins the draw. Allmendinger can't get a stick on it. It slides all the way out to center. Hendrickson just inside of her own zone. Backhands it ahead. Sweepster is there to intercept. She tries to send it into the Moorhead zone. Hendrickson was there to knock it down. Pocket near side. Centering pass. Shirley from the side of the slot. Shot. Kick save made Montgomery. Down into the corner. Saber. Pinched up along the far side boards. Allmendinger. Saber will have to go back and pick it up behind her net. Saber tried to send it high off the glass. It ends up going out of play. Face-off will come to the near side, club side of Claire Montgomery. Okay, 23 seconds on 4-on-4. Then Edina will go to the power play. Ref is once again checking with the box as the other one goes to talk to the Moorhead coach. So once we get everything sorted out, we'll have a face-off by number 16, Cutter. And I'm guessing number 11, Ballard. .557, second period. 2-0 Moorhead lead. Spuds are going to go to their bench. Treat this as a timeout. Edina follows suit. Spuds take back to the ice. Did you catch what that was about? Not entirely sure. I think the ref was mad that we lost 3 seconds off the clock. All right, so face-off, it's going to be between Cutter and Cox. Cox win the draw. Spuds control. Johnson cross ice over to Oakes. Oakes looks for the shot, takes the shot, just a touch wide of the net. Puck comes around to the near side. It's going to be cleared the length of the ice by Hawkinson. That one will get called back on icing. It just about didn't make it all the way down there. 5:42, 8 seconds left on 4-on-4. It should be a 10-minute, but they've got her in for another minute 40. I don't know what's going on there. Hawkinson gets pinned up against the wall. Ness. Hawkinson is able to come away with it. Ness is going to get called for tripping. Cox with it now. Knocked free by Cutter, touched up by Oakes. Spuds head to the box. So with 33 seconds left on Everett's penalty, number 7, Lauren Ness, heads to the box for tripping. So that'll give Edina a 4-on-3 advantage for 30 seconds. Puck held up back behind the net. Off the far side boards, that one's going to get sent the length of the ice. That one will definitely get called back on icing. I believe that was off the stick of Dufault. 20 seconds left on Braylon's penalty. Face-off, far side, controlled by the Spuds. Dufault back behind the net. Chips it over into the far side corner, picked up by Fitzpatrick's shot blocked by Andel. Shot from the near side by Sweetster. Turned down behind the net by Andel. Another shot from the near side boards by Sweetster. Everett out of the box, even at strength at 4-on-4. Shot from the near side from Sweetster goes just wide of the net and down into the far side corner. Puck is slid out to center, tossed right back in by Ballard, and Edina will end up offside. Puck along the near side boards gets pushed into the Moorhead zone. Allmendinger is there to steal it away. She'll hold it up back behind the net. Allmendinger, Lindgren out to center. Hawkinson inside of her own zone. Lindgren there to challenge. Hawkinson steers around her and out to center. Hawkinson brings it in near side. Brings it all the way around, looks for the backhand. Kick save Andel. Rebound was carried over to the far side wall, handed off to Redden, who put the shot on Andel, and Andel was able to get it covered up. Okay, so with the misconduct to 10 minutes, she should have been sitting there for another about 6, but they let her out now, so I guess we're on the Edina power play for 28 seconds. Face off far side of the Moorhead zone. Tried to send it down low. Lee was there to kick it loose. Edina sends it over on the near side boards. Cox brings it in, takes the shot, blocked out in front in traffic, picked up by Lee. Lee going in 1-on-2. She sends it deep in behind the Edina net. Lockhart picks it up. Bookie. Now Heinen out through center. She tries to hand it off to Cox, but Cox wasn't ready for it. Spuds are able to clear it back out to center. Both teams finally back at even strength. Shide and Johnson both fight for it behind the net. Heinen comes away with it, sends it ahead to Bookie. Stripped away by Tibitowski. Stolen right back for Edina. Cox, far side corner. Allmendinger fights for it. Tibitowski strips it loose. Centering pass. Comes all the way up. Shot from Sabres. Kicked away and down into the corner. And then the Spuds send it the length of the ice off the near side boards, and it'll be called back on icing. 2:40 left second period. Face-off goes to the club side of Andel. Controlled by Edina. Shot put right onto Andel. Sticked away. Will end up with Strand on the near side boards. Strand out through center. Sends it over to Everett. Everett can't get a handle on it. Sabre was there to push it away. Spuds come away with it. Steen down into the near side corner. Has it knocked loose by Sweetster. Strand up to Oakes. Oakes to Steen. Steen up to Hendrickson at the point. Shot covered up by Montgomery with 2:11 to go in the period. Once again, we have a frozen camera. Face-off near side is controlled by the Spuds. Stolen away by Moser. She looks to clear. Oakes is there to hold it in. Apparently it must be the computer having issues. Minute 46. Dumped all the way down into the Moorhead zone. It'll be taken by Hendrickson, who sends it out to center. Picked up just inside her own zone by Hawkinson. Hawkinson hard and fast near side. She'll take it all the way back behind the net with Oakes in her back pocket. Going the other direction. We have a foot race. Ness takes a shot, goes just wide of the net and into the near side corner. Spuds are all making the change. Will be taken the other direction by Heinen. Heinen out to center. Stolen away by Shirley and flipped up into the Edina bench. Kill the cam link for just a minute here. See if we can't get it to come back on. Johnson inside of her own zone. Cross ice over to Dufault, ahead to Hockett. Hockett to Shirley at the point. Shot. Montgomery with the save. 58.8 seconds. Face-off will go to the far side of the Edina zone. There we go. Got that back up and running. Face-off Ballard and Shirley is going to be won by the Spuds. Controlled by the Spuds. Back in behind the net. Set up the near side boards. Johnson is there to hold it at the near side blue line. Her shot is turned over onto the far side boards. Hockett tries to center it up. Johnson has it at the point. Tries for the shot. Gets blocked out in traffic. She gets the rebound. Shot again. I think I've been saying Lindgren. It's Lindbergh. I apologize for that. Lindbergh. We have a downed. All right, we'll be back in just a minute here. So that is how we're going to wrap up the second. Refs opted to add the 33 seconds remaining in the second period onto the start of the third period. So we'll have a 15-minute, 33-second period. Number 9, Ellie Ellertson from Edina was our skater that was down. They were able to help her off the ice. Spuds control the draw. Johnson with it just inside of her own zone, ahead to Shirley. Knocks free by Sweetster. Spuds are able to push it down into the Edina zone. Ness, far side boards. Puck gets bounced out to center. Shirley will pick it up. Shirley steers around Cox. Goes after it, picks it up, loses it to Hyman along the near side boards. Puck will come free down to the Moorhead blue line. Johnson ahead. Goes all the way into the far side corner of the Edina zone. Hockett picks it up behind the net. Over to Ness in the corner. Ness tries to bounce it off the wall. It will be sent the other direction by Bookie. Down into the Moorhead zone. Cox tries to take it. Is knocked away off the skate of Dufault. Along the near side boards. Ness. Picked up Fitzpatrick. Cross ice over to Lyson. She'll smack it into the corner behind the net. On the near side board, Ballard. To Lyson. Lyson behind the net, stolen away by Dufault. Dufault to Ness. Ness kicks it out to center. That one's going to go the length of the ice. Ref is going to call it back on icing. Even though it looked to me like Hawkinson touched it right at her own blue line, but we'll go with what he says. 14-13. Dufault and Ballard far side. Or Cutter. How do I see the 6, I think, Dufault. Cutter behind the net. Sends it out to center. Taken there, Hawkinson. Held up by the ref. Allmendinger steps in. It'll be kicked into the Moorhead zone off the skate of Hoffman. Oakes behind the net, sends it off the board. Lindbergh, far side, can't get a stick on it. It'll be picked up at center ice, Hawkinson. Hawkinson brings it into the zone, takes a shot, blocked by Oakes. Puck goes all the way over to the near side wall. Spuds come away with it. Hanukkah, near side. Cutter, it'll end up back behind the net. Gathered up there by Bookie. Bookie out through center on the near side. She's going to bring it across the center line and dump it into the Moorhead zone. Handled behind the Moorhead net, Hendrickson. Hendrickson has it stolen away by Cox. Cox sends it up to Lockhart. Lockhart takes the shot, turned away and out to center by Cutter. Far side, bounced into the Moorhead zone. Up to Heinen. Heinen's shot goes right into the knee pad of Andel. She'll cover it up. Face-off will go to the far side, glove side of Abby Andel between Lee and Ballard. Lee wins the draw, drops it back to Johnson in the corner. Johnson around onto the near side board. Swenson goes to pick it up. Swenson tries to kick it out. Lockhart is there to hold it. Bounced out to center and back in. Ref says no offside. Hoffman tried for the shot, blocked by Johnson. Tibitowski, far side, tries to bounce it ahead. Was picked up by Tashide, who puts a shot on Andel. Swenson able to clear it out to center. Carried back in by Ballard. She'll dump it behind the Moorhead net. Johnson, far side corner, off the wall to Allmendinger. Allmendinger head out to Tibitowski. Tibitowski bounces it off the far side wall. Swenson goes and gets it, tries for the shot that goes just wide of the net and around onto the far side wall. To Scheid. Tibitowski, Heinen. Now Saber. Near side board, Saber sends it around onto the far side to Heinen. Heinen steers around Tibitowski out to center. Oakes is there to poke it free. Oakes ahead to Tibitowski. Tibitowski changes direction, heads for the bench. Spuds go for the change. Held up along the far side wall, Oakes. Back to Hendrickson. Hendrickson cross ice over to Strand. Strand bump pass to Steen. Steen drops it off for Strand just inside the zone. Strand shot blocked by Heinen. Floats behind the net over onto the far side wall where it's taken by Redden. Redden heading out through center. She'll get pinched up against the wall by Strand. Puck comes free to Johnson. Johnson out through center. She tries to bounce it off the wall, but there's nobody there to pick it up. So it'll go the length of the ice and get called back on icing. 10:56 third period. 2-0 Moorhead lead.
Here's Blaine and Force Lake. Did you see that?
Dufault, far side corner, sends it around on the near side wall to Hockett at the blue line. Hockett out to center to Shirley. Or to Ness to Shirley. Shirley dumps it in, gives chase. She tries for the shot. It gets knocked back behind the net. Heinen has it far side. Her forward pass is intercepted by the Spuds. Shirley has it back behind the net. Brings it around to the top of the slot. Takes it right back around behind the net. Looks to center it up. Takes it into the corner. Sends it back the other direction. Out front, nobody there to pick it up. Dufault has to go after it out at center ice. Dufault off the near side boards into the Moorheads, or into the Edina zone. Right back down in. To the Moorhead, or into the Edina zone. I think they were offside, but they brought it all the way back to the Moorhead face-off circle. Heinen with the wins the draw. Shirley wasn't ready. Almonding. Cross ice pass picked off by Redden, who puts a shot on Andel, and that'll get covered up with 10:08 to go. Thank you, though. Face off far side is going to be handled by Edina this time. Shot from the far side goes right over the top of the crease and in the near side corner. Fitzpatrick. Spuds kick it out to center. Ness. Cross ice over to Shirley. Shirley takes a shot right into the glove of Montgomery. 9:48 third period. Face-off goes to the club side of Claire Montgomery, the Edina goalminder. Steen and Ballard to face off. Spuds are going to control. It's going to get bounced out to center. Dufault. Over to Hendrickson. Lindbergh pushes it in. Down into the corner, taken to Scheid, who will send it around onto the near side wall. Push back down into the corner and then up to Dufault. Dufault shot goes back behind the net. Up to Dufault once again. Dufault looks for the shot, takes the shot. Kick save Montgomery. Far side board sent out to center by Lyson. She's able to pick it up. Lyson, cross ice. Nobody there to come after it. Will be taken. Hanukkah, who sends it out to Cutter. Cutter will dump it into the Edina zone. Spuds go for the change. Picked up our far side, Heinen. Heinen steers around Lee down into the Moorhead zone. She drops it off for Bookie. Bookie can't get a stick on it. It'll end up down in the corner. Center out front. Picked loose by Lindbergh, who sends it the length of the ice. That one will get called back on icing. Face-off will go to the glove side of Andel between Lee and Heinen. Heinen is going to win the draw. Swenson's going to control the puck. Back behind the net. Drops it back to Johnson. Johnson up the far side wall. Tibitowski tries to clear. It'll be knocked back down into the corner by Sweetster. Held up along the half wall. Tossed in behind the net. Almendinger. Almendinger off the wall. Tries to send it the other direction. Heinen is there to take it. Now Johnson down into the corner. Johnson steers around Hoffman out to center. Johnson is going to carry it in far side all the way down into the corner. She'll get steered, loses an edge. Puck will come loose. Heinen behind her own net. Looks to send it ahead to the near side wall. Swenson will end up with it. Swenson has it knocked off her stick by Heinen. Now Lee, shot, save made by Montgomery, who will just cover it up. Face-off comes to the near side of the Spuds offensive zone. Steen and Ballard to square up this time. Spuds are going to win the draw. Oak shovels it back down into the corner to Everett. Everett to Strand. Strand sends it around back to the Hendrickson near side. Knocked free by Edina. Shot from the point. Strand gets turned away in traffic. Hendrickson tries for the shot. That one gets blocked down in traffic, down into the corner. Round back behind the net and onto the far side half wall. Hornets are able to clear it out to center. Hendrickson, far side, just inside of her own zone. Ahead to Oakes. Oakes carries it in far side. Tries to drop it back to Steen. It'll be flipped right back out to center off the stick of Lyson. Hendrickson inside her own zone. Steen. She gets harassed by Cox along the far side boards. Spuds are able to push it in back behind the net. They'll go for the change. Pocket near side. Now Heinen. Back behind the net, Shirley. Or Ness. Ness backhands it into the corner. Edina is able to send it the length of the ice. That one's going to stall out before it makes it all the way down there. No icing. Dufault gets tripped up and slammed into the wall. Hendrickson is able to pick it free. Ness and Tashide collide far side boards. Heinen comes away with it. Dufault is there to pick it loose. Johnson back behind the net. Getting hacked and slashed at from Heinen. She tries to send it out. It was knocked down momentarily by Red. Spuds are able to clear. Hockett and Lockhart in a foot race all the way down into the Edina zone. Edina is able to clear it right back out. Red. Now Dufault inside her own zone. Sends it cross ice. Shirley will pick it up out at center. She can't get a handle on it. Heinen tries to dump it into the Moorhead zone. Dufault is there to keep it out. From the near side, brought in on the point, is Moser, who put the shot, blocked by Johnson. Johnson out to center now. She'll carry it in on the near side. She gets tripped up. Puck comes free. Hockett steps in to help. Centering pass, nobody there. It'll be Tashide. Now out to Bookie. Bookie brings it across the red line and dumps it into the Moorhead end. Lindbergh back behind the Moorhead net. Stolen away by Lyson. Lyson looks for the wraparound. Sends it up to Tashide, who takes a shot. Kicked back behind the net. Lyson looks for the wraparound. Sends it out front. Nobody there. Saber, shot. Blocked by Almendinger. Rebound picked up. Redden, backhand, goes back behind the net. Heinen. Heinen tries for the shot. Kick save made, Andel. Almendinger behind the net, sends it over to the far side wall, dumped back into the corner to Scheid. Heinen behind the net, stolen away by Johnson. Johnson near side, up and off the wall, out to Hockett. Hockett is able to clear it out to center. Edina will have to reset. Hawkinson brings it back into the zone on the far side, takes the shot, gets redirected high up and into the glass behind the net. Heinen tries for the shot, blocked out in front. Rebound is loose. Lyson. Spuds are able to clear it. Cutter. Off the boards, that one's, or off of the, she carries that one out, sends it the length of the ice. That one will get called back on icing. 4:09, 2-0 Moorhead lead. Face-off will come back into the Moorhead zone on the far side. This time it's going to be Lee and Ballard to square up. A little bit of confusion on the Spuds bench. Lee is going to win the draw. Oakes will have it behind her own net. Steers around Cox. Carries it out to center, sends it ahead to Swenson. Swenson 2-on-1, has her stick lifted. Leal come away with it on the near side. Shot, blocked by Montgomery. Montgomery is able to push it over to Bookie in the corner. Bookie tries to clear it. It'll be stolen by the Spuds. Swenson tries to send it ahead to Hendrickson. It'll be cleared out by Fitzpatrick. Now Cox near side, up off the glass. It'll go back behind the Moorhead net. Oakes picks it up. Oakes to Tibitowski, far side blue line out to center. Now Sweetster on the far side. Carried into the Moorhead end on the stick of Lyson. Spuds are able to pick it loose. Tibitowski tries to get it out. It'll be Hendrickson who's able to clear it out to center. And Edina will end up offside with 3:12 left in the third. Everett, Steen, Dufault. Spuds come away with it. Strand to Steen, bumps it into the Edina zone. Puck will end up back behind the net on the stick of Everett. She'll send it along onto the near side board. Heinen is there to pick it up. Dufault comes away with it. She takes a shot, gets knocked up into the air, right onto the left leg pad of Montgomery, who will cover it up. We'll have a stoppage in the face-off on the near side. Heinen and Steen. Heinen is going to win the draw. It'll end up down in the far side, or the near side corner. Edina looks to clear. Heinen takes it out through center. One-on-one against Johnson. Johnson is there to poke check it away. Heinen goes and picks it up along the far side boards, takes a shot. It gets blocked by Heinen. Puck ends up back behind the net. Everett now sends it around into the near side corner onto the wall. Toss back down into the corner from Lockhart. Picked up behind the Moorhead net, Johnson. Johnson ahead to Steen. Steen bumps it out to center. Taken there to Scheid, who tries to get it back into the Moorhead zone. Spuds are able to hold it out. Ness now. Ness and Bookie fight for it. End up just inside. And then be sent down deep in behind the Hornets' nest. Centering pass out front. Shirley shot wide of the net. Rebound and set back up to Shirley. Shot. Kick save Montgomery. It'll end up with Allmendinger on the far side blue line. She'll send it into the corner. Hockett behind the net. Dufault now. She'll toss it back down into the corner. Heinen. Heinen up and off the wall. It slides out to center. Picked up by Shirley. Knocked free by Cox. Dufault comes away with it. Dufault to Ness, who dumps it in deep into the near side corner. Shirley picks it up back behind the net, looks for the centering pass, has it knocked off her stick by Ballard. Ballard's going to come away with it. Ballard takes a trip behind the net onto the near side, tries to clear it out. It's going to end up coming all the way out to center where it'll be taken by Oakes. Oakes ahead to Hockett. Hockett dumps it into the zone. Stolen away by Ballard. Ballard takes over to the far side wall. Hockett sends it behind the net. Shirley gets slammed up hard against the wall by Hawkinson. But that'll put the Spuds on the power play with 50.9 seconds remaining in the game. Number 7, Avery Hawkinson, the guilty party of the check. Face-off near side will be Dufault and Ballard. Controlled by the Spuds. Allmendinger cross ice over to Oakes. Oakes shot. Kick save Montgomery. Puck ends up back behind the net on the stick of Ballard, or of Saber. Hornets are able to clear it out. Cutter near side. Oakes can't get a stick on it. 30 seconds left in the game. Oakes far side. Sends it out to Hanukkah. But it was just a little bit ahead of her. It ended up all the way down in the Edina zone behind the net. Edina is able to clear it out. Lindbergh at center. Over to Hendrickson. Hendrickson ahead. Picked up by Sweetster. Sweetster out to center. Lindbergh far side. Back the other direction just inside the Edina zone. Sweetster sends it the other direction. And that is how this game is going to run out. Your Moorhead Spuds are going to come away with the second victory in game number 2 of the Fargo International by a final of 2-0. And never fear, your Moorhead Spuds will be back in action this afternoon. Or actually this evening at 6:15 against the Elk River
No. Forest Lake.
or Forest Lake Rangers. Forest Lake Rangers. I get to call the Rangers tonight. So that's how we're going to wrap this one up from the game 2 of the Fargo International. Spuds are victorious by a final of 2-0. So for my camera operator, Mike Hansen, I'm Seth. You've been watching Spuds Hockey on Krabby Toad Studios TV. We'll see you tonight.